So, we actually have a tie between cooperation and freedom. So that's our tie right now. We're going to have a look to see what is going to be the best option for us here. This is a very divisive choice. Our people are going to change a lot, apparently, over this decision. So, whatever vote wouldn't break the tie, that's what I vote for. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that, Ben. Dang it. All right, so we have cooperation and freedom are two things here. So I am leaning towards cooperation because my original thought was to consider this their probation. It's really difficult. Like, one of the things that I don't like about games like this, and it's becoming more and more common, is that they'll give you like a truncated version of the actual text, and I just don't. It drives me crazy. It drives me crazy.
We need them to close the breach. It's not going to work if we make enemies of them.
I know we need them for the breach, but they could do as much damage as the demons themselves.
Enough arguing.
Because the Templars are any better.
We cannot afford to second-guess our people. The sole point of the Herald's mission was to gain the mage's aid, and that was accomplished.
The voice of pragmatism speaks. And here I was, just starting to enjoy the circular arguments.
Closing the breach is all that matters.
We'll need lyrium. The sooner the better. What is this crow option? I haven't seen this crow option before. I saw what's at stake. Let's go now.
I got a taste of the consequences if we fail. Let's make sure we don't.
We will not fail.
We should look into the things you saw in this dark future. The assassination of Empress Celine. A demon army.
Sounds like something a Tevinter cult might do. Orlais falls, the Imperium rises. Chaos for everyone.
One battle at a time. It's going to take time to organize our troops and the mage recruits. Let's take this to the war room. Join us. None of this means anything without your mark, after all.
There goes my nap. Cass, how dare you not like Dorian? I mean, I feel like in some respects they are cut of the same cloth and they are too similar to get on peaceably, you know?
Thank you. I'd be honored to help with the plan.
Meet us there when you're ready.
I'll skip the War Council, but I would like to see this breach up close, if you don't mind.
Then you're...
There goes my
staying.
nap, right?
Oh, didn't I mention? The South is so charming and rustic. I adore it to little pieces.
Dorian will join the Inquisition. Will not join the Inquisition.
There's no one I'd rather be stranded in time with, future or present.
Excellent choice. But let's not get stranded again anytime soon, yes?
I'll begin preparations to march on the summit. Make her willing, the mages will be enough to grant us victory.
It does kind of annoy me that I can't... like, bring the... bring Templars and mages back together. Right? Alright. Oh, I was gonna check the journal. Time to march on the breach and close already? That feels like game-ending mechanics. Is that the end of the main quest line already?
I don't understand. I thought the Chant of Light bound us all together.
The Chant of Light is beautiful.
Yeah, we're still in Haven. But I was looking at the journal. Lurk while I go get my son, and no, it's not the end of the main quest line. Okay, good. I was like, that seems really fast.
And what are we supposed to do, exactly?
What you always do. Complain.
We've already spoken with Commander Cullen. No one listens. We want better quarters. We want the Templars kept at a distance. And some respect for...
This is not the Circle. You mages are our allies, not our wards. Act like it.
How are we supposed to...
Deal with it.
What is this camera angle?
It never ends, evidently.
Is there an issue with the mages? Can I help?
The mages are here as equals.
Wear
They need to get
sunglasses,
used
yeah.
to what that means. It is your doing, after all. You created this alliance.
You're blaming me? I did my best. I hope it will work out.
Well, I hope it works. What other choice do we have?
Oh. I do sound like I'm blaming you, don't I? I don't disapprove. In fact, you did well. You made a decision when it needed to be made. And here we are. I wish I could say this was my doing.
Flatterer. I like that that's the option.
We wouldn't be here at all if you hadn't stood up against the Chantry.
You're being kind.
You're discounting your role in this.
Let's close the breach. Then we can say how successful I was.
Who are you romancing? Nobody yet. There is no romancing happening.
The mages are ready to approach the
Yeah,
breach.
everyone.
I pray this will be enough to close it.
I know you're worried about having the mages here. Give them a chance to prove themselves.
I'm not questioning their ability or their intentions, but we cannot ignore the risks. I will not endanger the alliance you've created. We need their help. Any precautions taken will be to ensure the safety of our people and the mages themselves. Nothing more.
Also, whoever freaking mixed the sound on this game, can we not?
Is there anything
Because like I
know?
shouldn't be able to
Glad have
hear
charges on our side.
the
Those men are professionals,
swords
despite evidence to the contrary.
over this basically cutscene dialogue. Need to play as a male character so I can romance certain folk. That's fair. I know that there are some people who will only romance certain main characters.
What do you think of the people you work with?
Who do you mean?
Oh, we've done this tree already.
I should let you get back to work.
Alright, I want to talk to everybody now that we've done that segment. Oh, I'm going to go over here first and talk to Blackwall.
Research Emanate has no
Blackwall!
that may prove more.
There was never going to be an easy answer to the mage dilemma. What you did for the mages took courage. You gave them a chance. Everyone deserves one.
We got 2 male Levellians and 6 female Levellians, each one with a different romance. My husband! We like Blackwall. I would totally build a character that looked like Blackwall. Like, if I was gonna build another cosplay, Blackwall would totally be on my cosplay list. It's just an easy answer for me. Romance 2 in 2 different playthroughs. Have fan art of Blackwall on my backdrop for streams. Nice, nice.
So, that Tevinter guy sent you into the future?
I'll protect you. That's that's our option to romance. Oh my god. I'll protect you, Iron Bull. Oh my god.
Every time I think I understand magic, the rules change.
Yeah.
I know, right? If I were a mage, I'd just throw fire at people. That's honest. Anyway, I hope our new friends have what it takes to close the breach. Damn thing gives me a headache just looking at it.
I mean, fair. Fair. I love that that's the option, though. Does Krem have anything new to say?
Nice work at Redcliffe. I could help the mages learn to work with Inquisition soldiers if you like. Not that the chief has any apostates in the group.
I'd like to know
I love
more
Krem
about the
too.
Iron Bull.
Also, this is another
Chief.
great costume
Last time I
here.
met him, he saved my life.
Like,
I never thought I'd work for a Canary, but he grows on you. He's not like any commander I've ever worked for. That's for damn sure.
now I'm a lurk. I lied. That's alright. Also, like, this is supposed to be broken chain down here. Like, the lower skirt that's happening on this tunic. This is supposed to be broken chainmail. You know what it is, though? It is a drilled piece of sheet metal. This is not chainmail texture. Who did this character design? Who did this?
How's Iron Bull as a commander?
If you know what you're doing and hold up your end, he's easy. He doesn't accept any less. He keeps us alive, he leads from the front, and if you've an idea that'll win the fight, he listens. I've seen bands whose captains had to prove they were swinging the biggest sword. Well, isn't like that. The charges might give him more lip than you'd expect, but every one of us would lay down our lives for the big ass.
Nice.
How did a Tevinter soldier wind up in a Kunari spy's mercenary company?
I wasn't a soldier at the time. I was in some trouble, trying to flee to Vinter. A Tribune and his men caught me in a border town tavern. They meant to make an example of me. Bull killed them. Gave up his eye doing it.
I love coming to your streams and learning about chainmail.
Putting up with
Yeah.
his jokes ever since.
Chainmail is one of those passions for me. Like, I still love creating chainmail. I want to get back to it very soon. But I gotta figure out a way to do it.
For a Kunari?
He hasn't tried to convert us to the Qun, if that's what you're asking. The Bull's charges don't care who you light a candle for, so long as your shield stays up. If he hadn't told me he was Ben Hasrath, I'd have thought he'd left that life behind.
I didn't expect he'd tell you all that he was a spy.
Not the whole band, but those who've been around long enough to trust.
I can start
I figures
collecting
most of us would find
pop
out
tabs
sooner
for
or
you
later.
again. That
That
would be
should come from
amazing.
him.
I would love that.
Eyes to eye, he says. It's never messed up a job. He just writes letters back home. Lots of the boys write letters back home.
We'll talk later.
Iron Bull in pink armor. So that reminds me of one of my favorite Ren Fair stories. So I had a friend who worked in a number of different booths. He was a professional booth monkey, basically. He would hawk for whatever little group, and as long as he could get a job working a booth, that was his main gig. And so he sold all kinds of stuff. One year, we were at Colorado, and he was working at the Crown's booth, where they sold circlets and stuff like that. And as you can imagine, most of the traffic for the circlets booth was going to be folks of a certain ilk, right? But there was a couple that came up to the booth one day, and the guy, it was a guy and a girl, and the guy was like heckling about there not being any red crowns around. And so my friend, I will never forget that Dimitri did this. My friend managed to convince the guy to walk away with a pink circlet, because anger is red. The fire burns bright with red, but pink is when anger has cooled and you can be calculating.
See that new elf who joined up?
And I was like, bro, that is a nat 20 charisma roll if I've ever seen it.
Just the other side of Haven.
Never thought the Inquisition would be
I was like,
recruiting thieves
man.
to its ranks.
Man.
These mages are here to aid the Inquisition. Don't worry.
Sure, don't worry. Magic up there, magic down here. What's to worry about? I mean, yay, freedom. Great for them. Over there, away from me.
Over there, away from me. Oh, my
I'll
God.
be back if I need you.
Go on.
It's a nat 20 charisma roll, but also some serious bard leveling. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But, like, Dimitri was a professional bard, basically. Like, his whole life had to do with reading people and learning how to sell whatever product he was selling. And he had some of the best salesman skills out there.
The Mage Rebellion joins the Inquisition. I've got to admit, that's a twist I didn't see coming. One thing you saw in the future worries me. I mean, it was all bad. But red lyrium and Ferelden, infecting people and growing out of them, that's bad. Finding more of it really punches a hole in my red lyrium at the temple was a coincidence theory.
Yeah. But yeah, anytime anybody brings up a ha pink, it always makes me think of that story. Because it, like, you know, you can really turn things on their ear. Makes me
How long
laugh.
does it take for red lyrium to grow? How fast can it spread?
It took years to infect people in Kirkwall, but no one there was actually ingesting the stuff. This Elder One managed to take the worst thing I can think of and make it worse. That's an accomplishment.
I'd like to keep hoping it's a coincidence, if you don't mind. I need to be able to sleep at night.
Honestly, I think I'll give up sleeping for the foreseeable future.
Oh,
I've got
Varric.
people trying to find out where the red stuff came from. I think maybe we should make that a priority. But that's enough doom and gloom. You just won a big victory for the Inquisition. What are you going to do to celebrate?
Anything but celebrate. Plan for what's next. Catch my breath. Have a party.
We can't know what's coming. Best not to get too comfortable.
I can't disagree with that. But maybe you should try to relax while you can. Things should be calm around here for at least the next hour. Take a moment to enjoy it. If
What?
the world's
What's
about
this
to end,
like wide
I'm
smile?
sure the Seeker will let us know.
That was a kind of scary smile just then. Varric is pretty great. It's true. Did we see everybody else? We saw Sarah. We saw Varric. We haven't seen Liliana yet. Solus and Dorian. Okay. All right. We go see Liliana again.
Magic exists to serve man and never to rule over him.
It is good to be surrounded
Foul
by
and
mages
corrupt
again.
are they who
Really?
have taken his
The
gift
debate,
and
the
turned
crackle.
it against
Your
his
open support for the mages likely earned you enemies.
Of course it did.
Our agents will monitor the situation. If the most opposed can be identified, we may still turn this to our advantage.
No killing. Always looking to gain. I'm not afraid. No killing.
You're not planning assassinations, are you?
I was planning to unleash Josephine on them. She kills with kindness. Regardless, I applaud you for the courage to stand up for the mages.
In Redcliffe, you sacrificed yourself so that I could return here.
Of course I did. One small life in exchange for a second chance at history. I always loved a bargain.
Hmm.
It was still a sacrifice, and still noble.
And I would do it again.
I'll leave
Nice.
you to your work.
Also, I love the way that Liliana and Josephine talk about one another. It makes me really happy. I was gonna go see Solus and Dorian. That's what was next. Josephine is scarier than death. Solus, hello.
So we have gained the mages. Excellent. They should be able to seal the breach. You are certain you experienced time travel. Could it have been an illusion? A trick of the Fade?
What would be the point?
Dorian was sure. Impossible as it seems.
What an amazing gift. It is vital the Inquisition succeed to avoid the future you witnessed.
Why was he grumpy about that? Do Solus and Dorian not like each other?
I'm surprised you're not more interested in your own future.
I know enough. If that future happened, then I, and Cassandra, Cullen and the rest, failed to stop this Elder One. Speaking of which, you should ready yourself.
For?
This Elder One. You have now interfered with his plans twice. Once at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, and now again at Redcliffe. A being who aspires to godhood is unlikely to ignore such an affront.
Why do they hang out so close together if they don't like each other?
Supports free mages. What's next? Elves running Hallam-Sharal? Cows milking farmers?
Give me time. I'm sure I'll surprise you.
I suspect that's untrue. Unless you strip yourself naked and allow the Chantry to flog you into repentance. Now, that would surprise me. I do wonder if you've considered what this support of yours will do. For mages in general, I mean. The Inquisition is seen as an authority. You've given Southern mages license to, well, be like mages back home.
So what? They all turn into blood mages, worship dragons, and then take over?
Not at first. But you'd be a fool not to see where this could lead. Thing is, the Imperium was once just like the South. Templars, proper circles, all that rot. Then it changed. By inches. Not that this is reason to oppress us. Still, my homeland should be a cautionary tale, not a source of inspiration.
Have you gone to see Alexius yet? He's in the cells.
Not yet, no. I saw him before they locked him up. He looked despondent, broken. Not the man I remember, nor the one I want to. I suppose the Inquisition will judge him eventually. I wonder if there's any chance they'll show him mercy. He hardly deserves it, but for Felix's sake. I can't help hoping there's something left of the man I once knew.
I don't know that he's going to be any better for Felix at this point.
Inquisitor?
Related?
Oh, not first cousins or anything like that. Can you imagine? You're a Trevelyan, however, and somewhere in dank nethers of my family tree, there was also a Trevelyan. Perhaps he was even the one who ventured to Ostwick to establish the branch. We are talking long ago, of course.
Can we still flirt? How do you even know that?
Off the top of your head.
Not the top. Maybe the lower middle or thereabouts. Bloodlines are serious business in Tevinter. You're taught lessons and tested by strict nannies. I heard your family mentioned, and I had to go through all the old mnemonics, but yes, there it is. I knew there was a reason we looked so much alike.
Even better. Even better. Oh my god. Afternoon torches. Alright, I'm here for some torches. Why not? Why not?
Yay?
Indeed. Yay.
I just...
Oh, pish. You go back far enough. 90% of Thedas has Tevinter blood. No need to panic, Inquisitor.
He called me Inquisitor. We haven't said that we were Inquisitor yet. Interesting. Interesting. We haven't claimed Inquisitor yet. Fail. Yay! Exactly. Alright, let's go see Josephine.
Magic exists to serve man, and
The Inquisition appreciates your assistance in this matter, Lady Corbin.
And my miners appreciate your business. You'll have your
Clonk. That makes me so happy. I've talked about this before with other games, but I love dynamic scenery. When we were playing Greece, for example, I was having lots of fun with the dynamic scenery in that game. So I love it when I can interact with stuff. And I'm not talking about props. So, like, actively usable pieces of scenery or things that you can interact with. Like, for example, when you... like when you purchase all of your furnishings for your house in Skyrim, for example. That's all just filling the space with props. Those are interactive items that already exist in the world. But, like, at no point will I be able to pick up a ceiling light. But I can run into it with my bow and make it swing. Because I ran into it with my stuff. Like, I love that. It makes me so happy. It's such a little thing, but it's so valuable. Like, especially when I'm playing RPGs and stuff, you know, when the whole point is to suspend disbelief. Like, I love that. I love it so much. It makes me so happy. Why are these cells locked if there's nothing in them? I'm so confused. For funsies? Yeah, apparently. Do. Nothing in that one. Okay. The last guard got really bored, okay? Invisible people? No. Hello, Gara. How are you? How is your progress going with your D&D situation? I was able to glance at a couple of those posts that you were making.
And my miners appreciate your business. You'll have your lyrium by the end of the week. I should tell you, Ambassador, the Chantry raised some fuss when they learned about our arrangement.
The Inquisition must certainly seem an audacious idea to the Grand Clerics. We hope to convince them...
You just let them out? Oh, no. No progress as far. I am having a slow evening. That's alright. That's alright. I don't know if I've thought of that before, but I'm sure I must have run into a chandelier with mage staff at some point.
I understand you were instrumental in garnering the assistance of the rebel mages. It is well done. And I pray this Inquisition fares better than the Chantry in its handling of magic.
We will try.
In some ways, Andraste had the simpler task. Magic should serve man, and not rule over him. That tells us what should be, but it does not tell us how to get there. So many times the methods of men have undone the spirit of their goals. Once you have sealed the breach, we shall see whether this Inquisition is truer to the Chantry, or its own namesake.
I also have to do some other stuff that's more tedious, and I don't wanna! Oh no. Oh no.
Is there anything I can do to help you or your people?
My healers would benefit from more supplies. We have run short of even common goods with so many wounded. If you could deliver this list and the items on it to Quartermaster Thren, she could get us what we need. It may not seem like much, but it would enable my healers to save many lives.
I mean, I probably have it, being that I am maniacal about collecting healing herbs, but, you know.
I'll take my leave. Good day.
Who was she, Ambassador?
A merchant. I thought we should reach out to the dwarves to secure lyrium for the Inquisition's mages. According to Lady Corpin, it raised the ire of the Chantry.
Oh.
Access to lyrium makes us rather more formidable than anticipated. We're becoming a challenge. Sadly, the remaining Grand Clerics appear to be consolidating the Chantry's power, instead of comforting the masses.
It's been that way for years. It's needed more than ever, or the Chantry is incompetent. I feel like insulting the Chantry is not going to be helpful. It's been that way for
Mage
years.
circles started falling years ago. The Chantry was troubled even before the Divine's murder.
Yet many people continue to bear it great love. We will not benefit from its decline. Little but the Chantry ties Orlais, Nevarra, Ferelden, Antiva, and even Rivain to a common cause.
Has the Chantry truly promoted such peace?
Andraste's chant is familiar across kingdoms, a source of many shared customs. That is the crucial point. Common ground is the start of all negotiations.
I suppose a shared faith can be useful when talking with strangers.
Precisely. And these similar interests are merely where we begin. We must learn to think beyond our own wants to secure peace in Thedas.
Planning to steer the history of the world, Ambassador Montilier?
I believe the Inquisition is already charting that course. Which brings me to a question, if you have a moment. The remaining Grand Clerics sent a missive inquiring about the events at the Temple of Sacred Ashes. They demand to know
Josephine
whether
may
the
step on me
Inquisition
any day,
officially
Bogwitch.
claims that Andraste saved you from the breach. If it were up to you, how would you reply?
I don't claim to be holy. How would you?
Will my answer change your reply to the Chantry?
If Leliana, Cassandra Cullen, and I could agree on our official stance, I could answer that. We should decide soon. The revered mothers don't seem to know what to make of you.
I tell the Chantry I was saved by circumstance, not divine intervention.
Yet as rumors your Andraste's herald grow, the Grand Clerics may not believe such a humble reply. A difficult situation, and I thank you for your answer. A good day to you.
Yeah, we've been spending this whole playthrough like not. Where's my other? Thren. We needed to take those to Thren.
Magic exists